All right, let's dive right into this explainer and unpack what was a, frankly, massive, completely chaotic, and incredibly fascinating opening round of the 2026 World Cup. I mean, we've just wrapped up the first week of action, and let me tell you, it delivered literally everything we hoped for, plus a whole lot of things we definitely did not see coming.
So to make sense of all this madness, here's what we're looking at today. First up, we'll talk about the brand new 48-team era. Then we'll break down some early tactical masterclasses, the absolute rise of the compact underdogs, the superstars making history, and, on the flip side, those fading golden generations. And finally, we'll wrap it up with our biggest Matchday 1 takeaways.
Kicking things off, welcome to the 48-team era.
You know, it's wild how one simple number completely changes the entire landscape. 48 teams, spread across 12 groups. We are literally watching a real-time test of which nations can handle the totally grueling intensity of modern global football. Because every single team only plays once in this opening round, the margin for error? It's razor thin, right from the very first whistle.
Moving on to some of the tactical masterclasses and early dominance we saw. Julian Nagelsmann's Germany delivered an absolute statement win against Curaçao. Just wow. 65% possession and a massive 4.22 expected goals. They were completely fueled by this hyper-aggressive gegenpress that essentially lets 6 attacking players just roam forward fluidly in this crazy 2-4-6 shape. You had Kai Havertz, Florian Wirtz, and Jamal Musiala constantly swapping positions. It utterly overwhelmed the defense, just relentless.
The real secret sauce to Germany's dominance, though, is this asymmetrical buildup. Basically, they turned Joshua Kimmich into a deep-lying playmaker right alongside Alexander Pavlovich. And while that's happening, they're creating these massive overloads on the opposite wing by just letting left-back Nathaniel Brown absolutely bomb forward. It is high risk, high reward for sure, but man, it looked unstoppable in Game 1.
And we saw a similar level of genius in how England completely dismantled Croatia 4-2 under Thomas Tuchel. They basically used Harry Kane exactly the same way Bayern Munich does, as this incredibly deep distributor. Kane drops way back into the midfield, completely drags the center backs out of position, and that just leaves this gaping space behind for pacey wingers like Anthony Gordon and Noni Madueke to just tear into. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't just a game. It was an absolute tactical clinic.
But hey, it wasn't just about the big guns. Let's talk about the rise of the compact underdogs.
We got the ultimate clash of styles in Group H. Picture this. The unstoppable Spanish possession machine meeting the absolute, deeply disciplined, immovable wall of Cape Verde. Spain dominated the ball in their classic 4-3-3, naturally, but without a clinical finisher, they just couldn't crack Cape Verde's ultra-compact 5-4-1 defensive block. The whole thing ended in a super shocking 0-0 draw.
And that draw was so monumental, by the way, that Cape Verde's heroic goalkeeper, Vozinha, who basically stood on his head to keep that clean sheet, gained a staggering 2 million social media followers overnight. 2 million! It just goes to show the massive global magnifying glass this tournament provides.
And it was a really similar story with Morocco. They used lightning-quick transitions and a highly compact shape to completely frustrate Brazil. Dorival Jr.'s men had the ball all day, sure, but they totally lacked vertical penetration. Morocco's super disciplined low block proved to be the ultimate equalizer there. It really exposed Brazil's ongoing struggles to find any sort of team cohesion, even with all that incredible individual brilliance they have on the pitch.
Okay, let's switch gears and look at some superstars making World Cup history.
So, Lionel Scaloni deploys Lionel Messi as this free-roaming false nine against Algeria. And the result? A vintage, trademark hat-trick. That performance ties Miroslav Klose's all-time record of 16 World Cup goals. 16! He was dropping deep to link the play, making these perfectly timed late runs into the box, and just picking out the corners with absolute laser-like precision.
But what's truly mind-blowing here isn't just the goals. By simply stepping onto the pitch, Messi became the first man ever to play in 6 World Cups. 6! And, as if that wasn't enough, he simultaneously became the oldest player to ever score a hat-trick at 38 years and 357 days old. Just unreal stuff.
And, well, not to be outdone, Kylian Mbappé netted twice against Senegal's intensely physical 5-3-2 block. His second goal? Oh, just a stunning 30-yard strike right in stoppage time that officially made him France's all-time top scorer with 58 goals. Meanwhile, Erling Haaland finally announced his arrival on the big World Cup stage.
He dropped a dominant brace, completely stretching Iraq's defense in a big 4-1 win for Norway.
Now, on the flip side of that, let's talk about the fading stars and golden generations. Sometimes the physical gap is just glaring. We saw 40-year-old Luka Modric who simply couldn't keep up with England's relentless pressing intensity. Croatia's midfield got so completely overrun by the sheer pace of Bellingham and Rice that Modric actually had to be subbed off after just 58 minutes. It's kind of tough to watch.
And honestly, we saw this pattern popping up elsewhere too. Belgium's aging so-called golden generation completely failed to impress in a 1-1 draw against Egypt. Then, over in Group K, a 41-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo looked visibly pretty limited against DR Congo's super-organized bloc. That match ended 1-1, and get this, the DR Congo fans cheekily hit Ronaldo with his own Suyu celebration right at the final whistle.
No way!
Okay, let's wrap this up with our biggest Matchday 1 takeaways.
Taking a step back, the standings really map out the chaos. Sure, we have our expected group leaders like the USA, Germany, and Argentina sitting pretty on points. But right alongside them are some massive, massive shocks. Scotland used this brilliant 3-5-2 system to end a 28-year drought with a huge win over Haiti. And then, well, Tunisia suffered a collapse so bad, a brutal 5-1 thrashing by Sweden's direct attack, that their manager was actually sacked right in the middle of the tournament. Talk about brutal.
So, to summarize the entire tactical story of the round, here is your ultimate cheat sheet. Number 1, aggressive pressing and false nines dropping deep to create midfield overloads. That's what's winning games for the favorites. On the flip side, heavily disciplined, compact defensive low blocks are the absolute weapon of choice for the underdogs. Oh, and unfortunately, if your squad is aging, you are going to be severely, severely punished by the raw pace of this tournament.
With the grueling nature of this wild new 48-team format, it really leaves us with one massive, overarching question as we head into Matchday 2. Will the high-intensity pressing and those super fluid attacks of teams like Germany and England actually survive the physical toll of a long tournament? Or will a deeply disciplined, compact block outlast everyone to steal the entire trophy? Keep that in the back of your mind as you watch the next round of matches. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you right back here after Matchday 2.